Namaste, warm welcome. My name is Hazem, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a Hatha flow class for beginners and intermediates, focusing on connecting with the self and calming down the body and the mind. So let's begin in any seated position, choosing any mudra with the hands, or you can place your right hand comfortably on top of your left in your lap. Relax your shoulders. Take your awareness to the sitting bones, the two protruding knuckle-like bones at the base of the pelvis, and feel those rooting into the earth. Relax your neck, your jaw, your eyes. Relax the chest, the lungs, the heart, and relax the stomach area. Become aware of the body as a whole, the entire body sitting, and then connect deeply with the body, with the sensations of the body, the warmth, tingling, aliveness of the body. And then move your awareness to the area of the nostrils and just below the nostrils, above the top lip. Remaining aware of the feeling of the body, aware of the body sitting, starting to become aware of this flow of breath that goes in and out of the nostrils. And try and keep your attention one-pointed on one place as the breath comes in and as the breath flows out. Just remain one-pointed, present, continuous in the mind throughout the entire length of the breath. Not following the breath when it goes in or out of the nose. Using the breath just as a marker, like a timer, for how long you can stay present, continuous, one-pointed. As the breath comes in, you're still here. And as the breath goes out, you're still here. And start to make the breath very light, soft, subtle. So subtle that you can barely even notice that you're breathing at all. So soft. The more subtle, fine the breath, the more sharp and subtle the mind. And try and slow down the out-breath, calming down the mind with each breath. And release. Coming onto all fours, spread your fingers. Take your knees hip width apart. Try and remain present, connected to the body, the sensations of the body and the breath. Rotate your upper arms externally. And then inhale, arching, lifting the tailbone up and lifting up the chest and then the head. Trying to keep the back of the neck long and uncompressed. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Bring the head towards the pelvis. Inhaling, remain present throughout the entire breath as you arch the spine. And then start to flow in harmony with your own breath, allowing the breath to dictate the movement of the body, synchronizing breath and movement. See if you can be aware of the spine, how it unfolds, arches, and then articulating into a rounded spine. Keep the breath soft, subtle, quiet. Keep the mind present, continuous, aware, silent. And then tuck the toes under and push the ground into downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back and you can bend one knee at a time, stretching the back of each leg. Also twisting, just releasing the hips and the spine. Keep pressing your hands, spreading your fingers, and then release any movement with the legs. You can nod the head gently like yes. Keep pushing the ground. And then shaking the head like no. Dropping your knees. Bring your chest down. Keep your bottom up, shoulders back. Bring your elbows into your ribs. And then press your hips down. Keep pushing the hips, the pelvis down. Press your thighs. And let's lift up into a baby cobra. Press more on your thighs. Don't straighten the arms. Just lifting the chest, exhaling. Coming down, release the lungs. Inhale, lift up, take the hands off the ground. Keep breathing in, press your thighs down, shoulders back. Exhale, release. Elbows in, towards the ribs. Press your thighs and your hips. And this time give a little bit of assistance with the hands, but not too much. Keep the elbows bent. Shoulders down away from the ears. Open your collarbones. You can try and spread your hands away from each other, but leave them stuck on the ground. So just intention to separate them more, but keep them stuck where they are. Lift the chest up. Keep the back of the neck long. Squeeze the glutes. And exhale, keeping your hands stuck to the ground. Start to lengthen your tailbone all the way back, lengthen your spine, and just rest your head down into child's pose. Relax your wrists. And let's just be here for a few moments. Keeping the eyes closed. Try and relax all the facial muscles. Relax the space behind the eyes. Relax the ears, the jaw, the mouth. Relax the heart, the lungs, the chest. Relax the stomach and pelvic area. Just take a moment to connect deep inside. Often in life we try to avoid being alone with ourselves, always running from one distraction to the other. Just taking a moment to just be totally in our bodies, connecting to our inner self, with nowhere else to go, nothing to do. And we'll inhale, sliding into Cobra. So keep your nose and your chin and your chest about an inch above the ground. Slowly coming down, coming forward, taking your shoulders over the wrists, and when they do, press your hips down, elbows in, come up into Cobra, keep breathing in, shoulders down and back, back of the neck, keep it long, but lift your chest up and back, and exhale, tucking your toes, going into downward facing dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. Making the breath soft but deep. The breath is connected to the mind, to the nervous system, the body. So when we breathe softly, slowly, calmly, the mind automatically calms down. Walk slowly, mindfully towards your hands. Joining the toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, come halfway up. Shoulders back, open your collarbones. Lift your abdomen in underneath the rib cage, in towards the spine. Keep breathing in, and then we hinge from the hips. So we want to fold down without engaging the back, without rounding the spine. So put your weight on the front of the feet and hinge, but when you feel you cannot easily hinge anymore, tightness in the hamstrings, you can bend your knees and put your stomach on your thighs, chest on the knees, head towards the shins. Put all your weight on your feet evenly. And then place one hand on each elbow and just dangle, lengthen away from the pelvis, from the sacrum. Relax your neck. And then release your hands. Press down on the feet and keep inhaling. Keep your head down, shoulders rolling back into the back of the body. Press evenly on the feet, on the heels, the big toe mound and the pinky mound. Spreading your fingers, head comes up last. And keep rising your arms up. You can join the hands and look at the thumbs. Drishti, your focus on the thumbs, on the nails. Keep pressing down on the feet. Press the hips forward, activating the hip flexors, leaning back. Exhale, coming forward, folding to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. Interlace the fingers, come onto the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release, and let the hands come down in the center. We'll warm the body up further with one round of sun salutation on each side. Taking the hands down by the sides, open the chest, collarbones wide open, spread the fingers, rotate the shoulders back, press down on the toes, on the feet, the heels, raising the arms up, join the hands together, look up at the thumbs, press the hips gently forward, lean back, and let's exhale, swan dive down. Lift your abdomen in, lift your kneecaps slightly to engage the quads, but don't lock the knees. Start to hinge from the hips to come down, and when you feel you need to bend your knees, do so. Take your shoulders back, inhale halfway. Open the collarbones, lengthen your head, lengthen the neck. And then bending the knees, taking your right foot all the way to the back of the mat, lightly dropping your right knee. Inhale, pressing your right foot firmly down. Breathing in, keep breathing in, raising your arms up. Sink a little bit into the right hip flexor. Opening your shoulders. Exhaling, coming down. Tuck your right toe. Inhale into plank position. Externally rotating your upper arms. Press your toes. Strong core. Think of your core coming from the toes to the center of the body. And then bring your knees, chest, chin down, shoulders back, elbows in. And join the feet together, pull them back, press your hips down, keep pulling the feet back, pressing the hips down, elbows in, Bhujangasana, lift the chest, keep the back of the neck long, and exhale, downward facing dog, bending the knees, tucking the toes under, pushing the ground. 5 breaths, try to breathe into your back. Pushing the ground with the hands. Think about lengthening your spine. So lengthening the lumbar spine. Pushing the ground. Spreading your fingers. Try and push the back of the legs, the back of the thighs, the hamstrings to the back of the room. You can use a soft breath, or if it suits you better, using the Ujjayi breath. Remain present throughout the entire length of the breath. Remain connected to the body. And then looking up, bend, lift up your right leg. And place the right foot between the hands. Drop your left knee gently. Place the top of the left foot on the ground. And inhale, slowly coming up. Keep breathing in, timing the movement with the breath. Pressing into your left hip flexor. You can lean back gently from the hips. engaging your core. Exhaling, coming down. Tuck your left toe and bring it forward to meet your right foot. Open the heels a little bit. Inhale, halfway up, shoulders back, open collarbones. Exhale, hinging from the hips, coming down. Press the toes, press the feet. Rise up. Keep breathing in, head last. Look at the thumbs. Press the hips forward, lean back from the hips. And exhale, release in Samastiti. Hands in the prayer position. Start to connect to the warmth, the fire element building in the hands. Relax the feet completely. And on the other side, inhaling, deep breath all the way up. Pressing down on the feet, looking up at the thumbs, pressing the hips forward, and then lifting the abdomen, lifting the kneecaps, hinging down from the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Bending the knees, taking your left foot to the back of the mat, dropping your left knee gently. Keep your right knee over your right ankle. Inhale, rise up. Strong inner right thigh. Leaning back, if it's possible. Exhaling, coming down. Tuck your left toe. Inhale, plank. Rotate your upper arms. Come forward, shoulders over wrists. Drop your knees. Chest, chin. Shoulders back, feet go back, press the hips. Bhujangasana Cobra. Think of your arms as part of this big cobra head. Keep pressing down with the hips, feeling a little bit of compression in the lower spine. And then we release the energy in downward facing dog, lengthening the spine. Just letting that energy flow into the body, flow towards the head, towards the top of the head. Taking breaths, 5 deep breaths. Lengthening, and lift your left leg up. Placing between the hands, dropping your right knee, right foot, and with a deep inhale, come up. Press, sink into the hips a little bit. Open your shoulders. Exhale, coming down. Take your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, halfway. Lift the abdomen. Exhale, folding from the hips, hinging from the hips. And breathing in, rise up. All the way up with the arms. Look at the thumbs. Hips forward, leaning back. And exhale, release in Samastiti. Just taking a moment again, connecting with the fire element as it pervades each cell in the body. And we'll take the right foot, place it on the inside of the left thigh, above the knee or below, but not pressing onto the knee joint. Don't want to put pressure on the knees. Widen your right knee as wide as your hip, and you can keep your eyes focused on a point on the ground that doesn't move to help still the brain activity, making it easier to balance your body. Press down on the front of the foot. Push the thigh towards the foot and the foot towards the thigh. Inhale, open your arms wide. Exhale, join the hands together in the center. If you feel confident, inhale, raise your arms up. Keep your tailbone drawing in, tucked in. And then releasing your right foot, taking it all the way back into a high lunge. Press your right toe down, but keep your heel up. Release your hands, keep them up. Shoulders rolling into the back of the body. Left knee over the left ankle, and thighs parallel to the ground. Keep pushing your back foot backwards and your front foot forwards. Inhale, rotate your right foot and open up into Warrior Two. So your left heel should be in line with the arch of your right foot. You can walk your right foot back a little bit. Open your hips. So your hips are in one line, shoulders in one line. Spread your arms. Lift your pubic bone up and your tailbone drawing down. So removing any unnecessary arch in the back. Engaging the abs. Lifting the crown of the head up, back of the neck long. Your head's in the center. Don't go far with the head, just keep it centered, but turn to face your front hand, looking at the point between the middle finger and the index. Inhale, lifting up into reverse warrior. And as we exhale, straighten your left foot, turn your right toe in, more about 45 degrees, preparing for Trikonasana, taking your right hip up and folding in towards your left hip crease. You might want to bring your right foot closer or further away. Just see whichever makes it feel that both legs are even in height, even in length. And slowly coming down, keeping your abs engaged and in Uddiyana Bandha, this energy lock in the abdomen. You can place your right hand down and then open it up, open it wide, rolling your right shoulder into the back of the body. Let's come up a couple of inches up. You can make sure you have your hips in one line and your shoulders in one line, like you're standing in between two walls. Press firmly down on your left foot, Pada Bandha, this lock in the foot. And you can release your left hand. There should be little or no weight on your foot. And most of the effort is taking the right hand up against gravity, breathing in 3 more breaths, looking straight ahead, or if your neck is good, looking up at your right hand. Keep pressing your feet. See if you can feel both legs are engaged and energized, active, intelligent, aware of themselves. Inhale, pressing into the left foot, coming all the way up. Bend the left knee and leaning back, open your chest. Lift your heart up in reverse warrior. Exhale. We'll rotate from the hips, rotating from the waist. Keep your knee bent and take your right hand to the outside of the left foot. You can also use a block if you need, or any kind of prop. And lifting your left arm up in Pavrita Trikonasana or Pavrita Parsvakonasana. Trying to take your shoulders back in one line, 5 breaths. So your left shoulder is going into the back of the body. Look up at your left hand, press your left toe. And then slowly as you exhale, coming down, turn your right foot and inhale, coming all the way back up, leaning back into reverse warrior. Exhaling, we'll come into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. For this, from warrior 2, taking your hand down again, you can use a block or any prop you need. Taking your left hand to the outside, start to lift your right leg up and straighten your left leg, rotating externally your right hip. Flex your right foot, looking straight ahead. Open your right arm, pressing down on the left foot. Keep lifting your right leg up, looking straight ahead, breathing into the back. Relax your toes. And on the exhale, bending your left knee gently, coming down, leaning back, reverse warrior. Rotating your hips into warrior 1. So your right foot comes in 45 degrees. Both hips are square, facing the front. Your left knee is still bent. And exhale, folding down towards your foot. Bring your knee down, your right knee down. Place your left hand on the inside of the left foot and bring your elbows down into the lizard pose. It may be that you can't bring your elbows, just stay up like this, or bring one elbow down, or for the full posture, bending both elbows. Keep your left knee in towards your shoulder. Also put some pressure on the right hip flexor, just to activate, elongate this area. Relax your neck and your eyes, staying for 5 breaths. And inhale, walking back up, hands either side of the foot. Straighten your left leg and flex your left toe. You can fold towards your left thigh, staying for 5 breaths. And exhale, placing the left foot down. Take your right foot towards your left foot. Inhale, halfway up. Lift the chest. Exhale, folding down, Uttanasana. You can take your hands either somewhere on the ankles or the ground. Relaxing your eyes and your neck. Try and draw your shoulders back. You can bend the knees if you need. We'll stay here for about 8 breaths. Make the breath soft, quiet, subtle, You can take your awareness to the top of the head, the area of Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra. And then pressing down on the feet. Keep pushing down. Breathe in slowly, pushing the hips forward gently. The shoulders will align with the hips. Head should come up last, and only when you feel stable. Spread the fingers, rotate externally the shoulders, and keep breathing in, raising the arms all the way up. Look at your thumbs, hips forward, and exhale, release. Just be aware of the difference between the right foot, the right leg, and the left leg. And you can release your left leg. Just shake it out a little bit. And then replace. Lifting your right foot. Release your right leg. Give it circles. And then replace. This time we take the left foot, place it on the inside of the right thigh. Open your left knee. For Vrikshasana 3 on the other side. Press your right foot firmly down, open your arms. Deep breath in, exhale, placing back in the center. Finding your drishti, a point on the floor that doesn't move. And inhaling for 5 breaths. On the next inhale, releasing your left foot all the way back into high lunge, bending your front knee, lifting up. Taking deep breaths in this high lunge. Try and make sure your thigh is parallel to the ground and very active. Don't make your knee go beyond your ankle. We want to keep that quad engaged, so it should be just over the ankle. And then open your left hip. Pivot to your left foot. Warrior 2. Remove the arch in the back by lifting your pubic bone up, tailbone drawing down. Lift the lower abdomen in and up. Look through, keep your head in the center, but look through the point between your middle and index finger. 5 deep breaths. Your right foot's trying to press forward, your left foot is pushing back. Wide open arms, wide wingspan. And then rotating your your right hand. Inhale, leaning back into reverse warrior. Lift the abdomen in, straighten the right leg. Turn your left foot in a little bit more. You can walk it closer if you need. Keeping your hips open in one line. Lifting the left hip up. Folding down slowly, carefully. And then open up your left arm. Look straight ahead or up at your left fingertips. Inhale, come halfway up. And then come down again with the hip, left hip rolling back, left shoulder rolling back. And stay for 5 breaths. Almost no weight on your hand, on your right hand. Everything's going against gravity. The left hand is going up. Press firmly down with your right foot. And then pressing into your right foot, inhale, up, bend the front knee and lean back into reverse warrior. And keeping that front knee bent, start to rotate from the waist, squaring the hips, and then taking your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Open your right arm. 5 breaths. Keep your right knee over the ankle. Press your left foot down. Relax your right toes. Open your fingers, looking up. Keep taking your right shoulder back. One more deep breath in. Exhale, coming down. And come up into reverse warrior. Keeping your hips in one line, nice and open. And then exhaling, coming down for warrior 2, leading you to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Taking your hand, bending your knee, hand to the ground, close to your foot if possible. Straightening your right leg, open your left arm. Keep lifting your left foot, rotating your left hip back. Flex your left foot. 5 breaths. Press firmly down on the right foot and relax the toes. One more deep breath in. And bending your right knee, slowly coming back. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Exhaling, twist to face the front. Turn your left foot in 45 degrees. Squaring the hips, warrior 1. Keep lifting up. Exhaling, taking the hands down to the ground. Take your left foot back. Walk your hands on the inside of the foot. You can walk your right foot out towards the edge of the mat. And coming into the lizard posture. Feel the activation also in the left hip flexor and on the right hip, the right groin and thigh. 5 breaths. Relax your neck and your eyes. Try and keep your knee in towards your shoulder. And on the next inhale, straightening your arms. Walk your right foot back in the center and straighten the leg. Flexing the foot. Bring your chest closer towards the thigh. Just giving a gentle stretch to the hamstrings. Breathing 5 breaths. Keep your shoulders back. Relaxing your neck. And exhale, taking your right foot down. Bring both feet to the front. Joining the toes, separating the heels. Inhale, halfway up. Collarbones open and hinging from the hips. Put your weight on the front of the feet. Press the big toe mound down. Hinge from the hips down. Bend your knees if you need and rest down. Relax your eyes and your jaw. Awareness on the top of the head. And 3 more breaths. Pressing down on the feet, slowly rise up. Keep inhaling, shoulders in line with the hips, head comes up last, spread the fingers. Rise all the way up with the arms, join the hands, look at the thumbs. Press the hips forward, leaning back. And exhale, release. You can shake out the right leg. And release down, shake the left leg as well, for good measure. And release. Inhale, spread the arms, keep pressing down on the feet, lifting your arms all the way up. Press the hips forward. Exhale, folding down, lift the tailbone up. Hinge down from the hips, coming all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Bending the knees, take the hands to the ground. Sitting the bottom on the ground, straighten the legs. Into boat, Navasana, or you can keep the knees bent. And we'll stay here for 5, breathing 4, 3, try and be more on the sitting bones and the glutes instead of the tailbone. 2, 1, inhale, slowly with control, engaging the core, protecting the spine with the core. Inhale, straightening the arms. Taking in a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, deep breath. And as we come up, come back into Navasana, taking the hands up and down towards the hips. Lift the shoulders up, lift the legs. Strong core, staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here we come into shoulder stand. If you're female on your cycle, it's best to avoid shoulder stand. You can just keep your legs up or use a wall to raise your legs up. Otherwise, we bring the elbows in and roll up into Sarvangasana shoulder stand. Keep your elbows closer together, shoulders going back. Don't move your head or your neck in shoulder stand when you're already in. You can lift the chin slightly and take the body closer, walking your hands down, up the body. Point the feet. Keep pulling the shoulders back to lengthen the neck, and press the back of the head into the ground to strengthen the neck. Try and relax the body, staying for about 8 breaths. Sarvangasana. In Sanskrit, Sarvan means whole, complete. This posture helps the entire body, stimulates, rejuvenates, restores the entire body, each system of the body. Try and relax. Just allow everything in this inversion to flow the opposite direction. Keep the back of the neck strong, so push the ground with the back of the head. And then open on the next inhale, widen your legs. Exhale, taking the legs together. Take your right foot down above the head, keeping your shoulders back. If it touches the ground or not, just stay there for 1 breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, left foot down. Staying for 1 breath. On the next inhale, coming up. And then bring both feet down for plow halasana. If your feet touch the ground or you feel stable, you can interlace your fingers, straighten the legs. Try and keep your shoulders back. Keep your neck strong by pressing the head back. Taking 5 deep breaths. Think of your feet like the ox pulling the plow, so push the feet away, and your hands are like the blade of the plow, so press them down into the ground if they're interlaced behind the back. And then release. Bring the knees down towards the ears. You can squeeze the knees gently around the ears. Release the hands, palms facing the ground. On the inhale, start to roll your spine. You can walk your hands also close to each other, thumbs touching. Roll the spine down, slowly, inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae, onto the ground. Your palms facing the ground, hands touching under the hips, under the sacrum with the wrists, and then slowly taking your legs down. Everyone can join, bringing your heels to the ground, drawing your elbows closer together. If you avoided shoulder stand, you can join again for fish. Matsyasana, press your elbows, keep your elbows as close as you can to each other. Press the elbows down, come up halfway, shoulders back, wide open collarbones, pointing the feet. And then breathe in, lift, puff the chest up like you're trying to float above water. And if your neck is good, you can take the top of the head to the ground. But keep pressing the elbows, only lightly touching the head to the ground. 5 deep breaths. Pointing the feet, wide open the throat area. Feel like a beam of light is coming out from the area of the throat, stimulating the thyroid and parathyroid glands. Breathe into the entire body. And on the next exhale, press your elbows, bring the chin towards the chest, and then bring the knees towards the chest, hugging the knees. And we're going to rock up and down on the spine, just giving a nice massage. And then slowly take your feet down, knees hip width apart, place your palms down. Press the feet, lift the hips, take a deep breath in. Into bridge, Bandhasana, taking your shoulders back. Keep lifting the hips. Exhaling, dropping the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae, one by one. Inhaling, lifting up. Feel the spine lifting one by one, vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhaling, slowly coming down. Once again, lifting up. You can interlace your fingers behind the back. Roll your right shoulder under, then your left. Keep pressing, keep your knees closer together. 5 deep breaths. Keep lifting your hips up. Press the feet. breathe into your back, breathe into the space behind the lungs. Expand the ribs. One more deep breath. Exhale, release the hands. Dropping the spine, dropping the bottom down, hug the knees. Straightening your right leg. Take your left knee with your right hand, widen your left arm in line with your left shoulder. And we'll come into an easy twist. Turn your head to the left. Keep your left shoulder down and bringing your left knee to the right side. 5 breaths. Not adding too much pressure, try and relax. Just a little bit pressure just to help it guide the knee to the ground, not going beyond what is comfortable. And slowly coming up, rolling left and right on the sacrum. Hugging your right knee, straightening your left leg. Take your right knee with your left arm, widen your right arm. Turn your head to the right as you pivot, as you take your right knee to the left. Easy twist. 5 breaths. Start to rest into your body, to connect with the body. And then inhaling, coming back, bending both knees, rolling left and right. And then straightening your legs in Shavasana. Final relaxation. Just allowing the body to be a total rest. Relaxation in each and every cell, allowing all solidity and tension to dissolve and melt into the ground, into the earth. Just let the calmness of the energy of the body lead you to calmness of mind, of emotion, of consciousness. And feel free to stay resting in Shavasana for as long as you need. Just taking time to be, just to be, to connect with the body, with the inner self. Calm down all the faculties. And just take as long as you need, resting in Shavasana. Namaste.